It's a research study exploring the impact that the coronavirus has had on people with dementia and those that care for them.
What we're doing is gathering evidence around the impact of the pandemic and the subsequent lockdown measures on people with dementia and carers to think about ways in which they could be better supported in the future.
Our group has been running the Ideal programme, which follows people with dementia and their families over time to understand what helps them live well with the condition, or indeed makes it more difficult, and what we can do about that.
So it's a rapid response piece of work, really responding to the difficulties that we knew were happening for people with dementia and their carers living at home. We want to try and listen to their stories and understand what's going on for them in order that we can make some recommendations to them, but to also other people like policymakers and the practitioners that are involved with them.
When COVID hit, we wanted to do something to help. And the Include project really originated from a discussion with our advisory group, which includes people with dementia and carers.
One of the things that was, I think, important in our thinking was the fact that people with dementia were largely neglected. When the government and policymakers were talking about vulnerable groups, people with dementia really didn't get a look in. And I think that was also a very powerful driver.
We knew that the lockdown and COVID was going to have an impact, though we didn't know what impact it was going to have. This project was well placed to advise national policy and to actually get something done practically to support people. And that is precisely what the Include project did. It actually gave people something to cling on to give them hope, to give them something by way of guidance, and to shine a light on what can be done to support people.
I got involved in the Include project because it was so essential that there are messages from people with dementia and carers that are being taken into consideration.
I have two friends who have got dementia, and it's been very difficult for them, particularly somebody living on their own. So I felt it was so important to be onto the project so that we could voice their opinions.
Ultimately, the study came from a lot of people wanting to do a lot of good.
Because we have already a lot of information about people from the Ideal programme, by following them and how they're doing through the pandemic, we want to understand the true and long-term impact of the pandemic. We will then go on to follow them up again within the Ideal programme, so we'll be able to understand living well with dementia before, during and after COVID.
Our data set is powerful because it builds on that trajectory on the level of engaging with our participants. I think perhaps it gave them hope and we recognise that they're important.
We've had recognition that what we think our lived experience actually counts. We really feel included.
The other great thing is that we were quickly able to put together some leaflets, so some guidance for people living with dementia and their carers, and they've been extremely well received. So it gives us a lot of encouragement.
I was so pleased to do my small part in helping.
Well, a certain amount of pride, I can't deny that.
It feels like we're sort of heading in the right direction, which is really nice.
It also means that we're doing something that helps others, and it's something that you always hope to achieve as a researcher.
It's not simply an academic exercise.
It's making a difference to people, because that's really why we turn up to these meetings and why we discuss what we're trying to set in place. And the Include project really was crucially important because at the time there was nothing else out there. And what it did, it filled that vacuum with something that people could use. This is an incredibly inspiring opportunity, really, to show what can be done through research in a collaborative manner.